Hello everyone and welcome to exhibition game number 3 here, my 1989 semi-replay. Again, the goal here is to get some exhibition games underneath my belt and get to a point where I'm not making many errors, and then we can actually start doing a real replay. I don't know if I'm going to be doing 1989. 1989 is a good warm-up. Might do 84, might do something else, but I do like 80s baseball, but I like 90s, 2000s. I'm all over the place. Today's game is the St. Louis Cardinals at the Montreal Expos. Who doesn't love a good game from Olympic Stadium, or Stade Olympique, as noted in the cards here? This game actually took place on July 29th, 1989. It's going to be Dennis Martinez versus Ken Hill. As you can see, Ken Hill has entered the game with a 10-8 record and a 3.24 ERA. He was 16-7 with a 3.18 ERA in real life. He'll be facing Dennis Martinez, who the replay has not been kind to him thus far. He's currently 6-10 with an over 4-run ERA. In real life, I think this was Dennis's breakout year after having issues with the Orioles, moved on to Montreal, and also kicked it in gear. In fact, in real life, on July 29th, he won this game, pitched a shutout, and was 12-1. So he had a spectacular year. We'll see how he does today. What else have I got for you? Let's see. The starting outfield for the Montreal Expos is Tim Raines in left field with a range of 3. Dave Martinez in center with a range of 2. And then Hubie Brooks, the plodding right fielder, just not very good, range of 1. The infield was Tim Wallach at third with a range of 4, Jeff Huson, a range of 3 at short, Damaso Garcia, range of 2, and then Andres Galarraga at first base with a range of 3. And our neighbor is cutting their lawn. Cool. Hopefully you can't hear it. Mike Fitzgerald is the catcher. He's at range 3, and then, of course, Dennis Martinez on the mound with a range of 4. We've got the red, white, and blue dice for the Expos today. They'll be facing the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals in the replay come in with a record of 56-43, while Montreal is 51-51. So let's see, 5, 8, 13, 6.5 games behind the front-running St. Louis Cardinals in the replay. Leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Vince Coleman in the replay, batting .302. No homers, 22 RBIs, and 35 stolen bases. He had 65 on the year. So it looks like he's well in range of hitting that number. All right, so let's get this game started, shall we? Press the start game, Mr. Scarborough. Let's see that scoreboard update. There we go. All right, so Dennis Martinez will be pitching to Vince Coleman. Vince Coleman, the switch hitter, he'll be batting lefty against Dennis Martinez. Here's the pitch. 6-4, that's a blank. Vince Coleman with a 4-5, that is a star 3, so it's a ground ball to the third baseman Tim Wallach for the first out. Always key to keep Vince Coleman off the base paths. Ozzie Smith coming out now. 2 homers, 50 RBIs, and 29 stolen bases in real life. Here he's batting .287 with a home run and 39 RBIs already. He's got 15 stolen bases on the year. The pitch from Dennis Martinez, 4-5. That is a possible error on a grounder. And a 2-6. That's a pop-up to the first baseman, Andres Galarraga, who camps under it, and that is the second out. All right, 2 outs here in the top of the first. That will bring up Milt Thompson. Batted .290, 4 homers, 68 RBIs with 27 stolen bases. Here he's batting .285, 3 homers, 37 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases. Here's the pitch from El Presidente. 1-5. That is a strikeout. That is a 9. That is against a Radiant 8. But with Olympic Stadium's +2, Milt Thompson goes down swinging. That retires the side for the Cardinals. At the end of a half inning of play, it's the Cardinals nothing, and the Expos coming up the bat. Okay, so leading off for the Montreal Expos today will be Dave Martinez. He'll be facing Ken Hill, who is 7-15 with a 3.80 ERA in real life, but here he's been doing much better. He's got a 3.24 ERA. The outfield today for the Cardinals: Vince Coleman in left with a range of 4, Milt Thompson in center with a range of 5, and Hal Morris in right field with a range of 4. That is a killer outfield, 4, 5, and 4. The infield is looking great as well. Wow. Terry Pendleton at third with a range of 5. Ozzie Smith at short with a range of 5. Jose Oquendo at second with a range of 5. And then Pedro Guerrero. Doesn't matter, Pedro, you're a range of 1, but you know what? Just let the left-hand side of the infield just get out of their way, guy. And then Tony Pena, great catcher. He's catching today with a range of 4. And then Ken Hill on the mound is a range of 3 himself, so not bad. So Ken Hill will be relying on his defense today if he's smart. And the first guy he's going to be facing is Dave Martinez, who's batting .268 with a homer and 15 RBIs in the replay. Here's the pitch. 6-3, possible error. 1-2, that's a star 2. That's a G5. Automatic out, but we check for the error. You can see the roll. I got a little cat here. That's bothersome. 15 to Pendleton is not an error, so that is the first out. Damaso Garcia, former Blue Jay, now playing in Montreal, so he's used to the old Canadian chill here. Apparently July 29th, probably not chilly, but he's used to it when it occurs. Garcia batting .242 with a homer and 15 RBIs in the replay. He'll receive the pitch from Ken Hill. That's a 1-6. Possible home run. 13 against a righty that is within range. So, against a righty, he's got a 0 chance. So, sorry, Garcia. He threw you a meatball, and you didn't know what to do with it. We'll just go to the batter card. That's a 4-6. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, Ozzie Smith. He's not going to misplay that one. That's the second out. That'll bring up Andres Galarraga. 23 homers, 85 RBIs, 257 in real life. Here he's got 18 homers already, 54 RBIs, and he's batting .314. So a much better 1989 for Andres in the replay. The pitch from Hill. 6-1. That is a ballpark play. 4-4. That is a pop-up to the catcher. We're going to check for an error there, and his error rating is a 1, so that's not going to happen. Pop up to you. And that's 3 up, 3 down for the Montreal Expos at the end of 1. Still looking for a first hit here. Actually, still looking for a first base runner here. All right, so the Cardinals here in the top of the second will have Guerrero, Pendleton, and Oquendo due up. Here's the pitch from Dennis Martinez. 5-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 9. That against a righty, that's too high. Just too high with the +2. Guerrero puts it in play. That's a 5-5. That is a star 5, so a fly ball to the center fielder. And Dave Martinez camps under it and makes the catch. Terry Pendleton, .264, 13 homers, 74 RBIs in real life. Here, .279, 13 homers and 62 RBIs. So again, another guy having a much better replay. That's only 383 at-bats. Not bad, Terry. Here's the pitch from Martinez, 3-5. That's a strikeout. That's an 11. That is a strikeout. So the switch-hitting Pendleton goes down for the second out of the inning. That brings up Jose Oquendo. 1 homer, 48 RBIs with a .291 batting average in real life. Here, he's got that home run already. He's also batting .323. So it looks like the Cardinals have generally excelled in the replay here. Homer and 35 RBIs. Had a homer and 48 RBIs in real life. Here's the pitch to Oquendo. He's another switch hitter, as was kind of the norm for the Cardinals in the 80s. A lot of switch hitters. 5-1, that's a blank. 5-6, that's an automatic out to the third baseman, Tim Wallach, who picks it up and tosses to Galarraga. And that again is 1, 2, 3. So the first 9 batters have been retired in today's game. Look to see if the Expos end that schneid here in the bottom of the second inning. Gonna hit the button here. Yeah. Alright. So Ken Hill will now face Tim Raines, QB Brooks, and Tim Wallach. Raines batting .262 with 2 homers and 32 RBIs in the replay. The pitch from Ken. 2-3. That is a blank. 2-3. That lefty righty. That's a double to center field. Another switch hitter, Tim Raines. He doubles to center field. And we've got some offense here. Raines a really good base runner. 41 stolen bases on the year. At 2 or less, we'll have him going to third. Ken Hill's a 0-0 as far as holding runners on. That's an 8. So that's not going to cut it. QB Brooks is now up. 14 homers, 70 RBIs, 268 batting average. Here he's batting .224 with 6 homers and 45 RBIs. So not doing as well. Ken Hill with the pitch. And Raines taking the lead off of second. That's 5-5. That's a strikeout. That's a 6. That's a strikeout. So Ken Hill comes up big, gets that first out of the inning, and keeps Tim Raines at second. Again, Raines is a threat to steal with a 2 or less. See if anything happens. Nothing happens. Tim Wallach, .277, 13 homers and 77 RBIs. Yep, he's batting in the replay .272 with 9 homers and 44 RBIs. Pretty much on target. Here's the pitch from Ken Hill. 3-6. That is a possible error on a throw. And a 4-1. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Error rating of 19. Ozzie Smith does not make the error. So we've got a G6. And on a G6, if the 1D6 is less than, we're going to roll this one more time. If it's less than or equal to a 4, then Tim Raines will be moving to third. And he's not. Actually, a 6 is a slow roller. So he is. So actually a 1 to 4 and then a 6. Yeah, that's right. Automatic slow roller on a 6. So Tim Raines moves to third. And now with 2 out, we've got Mike Fitzgerald, the catcher. Fitzgerald, the catcher. We actually have a 1 in 20 chance of Tim Raines sailing home. He's not gone. Fitzgerald currently batting .235 with 11 home runs. Wow. He hit 7 home runs and 290 at bats. He's killing it here in the replay. So here's the pitch from Ken Hill. Mike Fitzgerald. 4-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 17. That's too high. Fitzgerald, the righty batter, swings 2-4. That's a power hit to left field against a righty. 1 to 5 and a 6 to 7. That's a 15. It's too high, so it's just a regular fly ball to left field. So he hit it hard, but he hit it right at Vince Coleman. Vince Coleman makes the snag. And that's no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. Tim Raines, leadoff double, but gets stranded. And we're going to head to the top of the third with the score still 0-0. All right. So Dennis Martinez will be pitching to the bottom of the order. I said Hal Morris earlier. Apparently it's some guy named John Morris. Sorry about that, John. John Morris, Tony Pena, and then Ken Hill, the pitcher, will be up here in the top of the third inning. Dennis Martinez with the pitch. 5-5. That is a strikeout. 4. That is a strikeout. So Morris goes down swinging. And that's the third strikeout of the day for Dennis Martinez. 1 out now. And Tony Pena, the 8th batter. .259, 4 homers, 37 RBIs. But in the replay, .282, 5 homers, and 40 RBIs. Nice. All right. So here's the pitch from Martinez. 4-1. Range play. Our first of the day. The kids at home love those range plays. And here's a 6-5. That's an S4. So that's a base hit. but it's to Damaso Garcia, who is a 2 or less. He'll stop that S4. He does not. That's a 6. So range play, S4. Failed range play, S4. So that's the first hit of the game for the St. Louis Cardinals. Antonio Pena stole 5 bases on the year, so he may have an opportunity to steal here with Ken Hill in the batter's box. Only 1 out. So let's see. Pena's going to try and steal. That's a 16. That's too high. I'm going to say that Ken Hill's probably, he batted 153 on the year, but he's going to attempt a sacrifice here because, hey, that's what pitchers do. So, hanging out on the bunters chart, looking for it. So we've got a bunt rating of 4. So Dennis Martinez pitches to Ken Hill. That's a 6-6. That's a walk or a strikeout against a righty. That's a strikeout. That's a 10. We're going to half it because he was bunting, but he strikes it anyway. Way to go, Ken. That's 2 outs now. Tries to get the bunt down, but strikes it anyway. And that's Dennis Martinez's 4th strikeout. That brings up the top of the order Vince Coleman. Tony Pena is going to see if he can get a lead again. He cannot. Martinez with the pitch. 2-1. Another range play. Vince Coleman puts it in play. That's a 4-3. It's a line out to shortstop. I don't think we do a range play on a... Actually, we do. Just kidding, kids. So it's a line out to the shortstop. Jeff Husson is a 3. So it's an L6. 3 or less, it remains an L6. And it does not remain an L6. So instead, that's converted to an S6. Range play failed. Okay, L6. Range play becomes an S6. Pena is a 1. So on an S6 from first to third, you have to be a 5 or above. Not going to happen. So it's just runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Ozzie Smith. Still 2 out here. Top of the 3rd inning. But the Cardinals are threatening. Let's see. Coleman is a huge threat to steal, but unfortunately he's been plugged up by Tony Pena at second, who is a 1. So with the 1, they both go. They're not going. Here's the pitch from Martinez to Ozzie Smith, who is 0 for 1. He popped out the first. 4-5. That's a possible error on a grounder. 2-5. That is a power hit to center field with a 16 against a righty. That is a triple. Go Hill figure. All right, so 2-5, that's a F8. Yep, against a right-handed, that's a triple. So a triple to center field. Way to go, Ozzie. That is a 2-run triple. And we've now got a huge swing of the game. We got St. Louis up ahead 2-0. Ozzie Smith coming up big with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. That will bring up Milt Thompson. Dennis Martinez can't believe it. He's saying, hey, Jeff Husson, you had a line drive hit to you. You should have had that. Jeff Husson says, you're right, Dennis. My bad. So Ozzie Smith, he has a 1 chance of stealing home. He's not going. Martinez will collect himself and concentrate on the left-handed hitting Milt Thompson, who is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. That is a 6-4. That's a blank. Thompson swings. That's a 3-4. That's a ground ball past the second baseman, and we got a 3rd run of the game. Not bad. Cardinals take a quick 3-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Milt Thompson is on first. He is a threat to steal with 5 or less. He's not going. Martinez is falling apart here. Top of the 3rd inning. Pitching to Pedro Guerrero. 3-5. That's a strikeout. 15 is too high. 6-6, another power hit to center field against a righty. That is a base hit. Base hit to center field. So let's go to this chart. So 1 to 3 is a -1. And we're going to use the new funky chart. Really roll. So we got an S8. We're going to roll a 1d6. We got a 10 and a 3. So he advances if his ABR is greater than 6. Okay. And Milt Thompson 5 and a -1. Wait, why did I say that's 6? Oh, I'm sorry, greater than a 1d6, so it's 3. Yeah, he is higher than that, so he's going to advance to 3rd. first to third, or first and third now. And now we've got Terry Pendleton. Okay, first and third, still 2 out. Dennis Martinez has pitched to 13 batters. He can face 27. Laboring here, however. 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Fortunately, no walks, but even so, not doing very well. Let's see. Milt Thompson is a 1 to steal home. Uh-oh. All right. This happens so infrequently. All right, so stolen base. I just want to make sure. Round down. Yeah, round down, stealing home. But I think there is a... If I am stealing home, I reduce his ability to actually steal home. And yeah, I could say, you know what, I'm not going to do it, but I like to kind of go with the strategy roll. Even if the strategy roll says we'll do something crazy. Because, hey, we've got Dennis Martinez on the ropes here. But let's see if we can devastate him by stealing home, right? Where the heck is it? 10 to steal. SB rate is a 1. Catcher's arm. Yeah, so the SB rate. I just want to double check this. Well, he's a 15. Means that we're on adjusted rolls 1 and 2. Yeah, I think it's just an adjustment to the steal rate. I could have sworn it was a -10, but that's basically the SB rate. All right, so Milt Thompson is headed home. What a crazy kid. And he's a 17. He is out at home. Stupid idea, Milt. Told ya. What are you thinking? All right, runner in third. Steal runner third caught. Steal runner first. Runner third caught. First hold, CSH. All right, and that is the 3rd out. So Milt Thompson, for whatever reason, decides to run themselves out of the inning. And Dennis Martinez says, thank you very much, because I don't know if I would ever got another batter out. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 runner left on base. We're now headed to the bottom of the 3rd. It is 3-0, the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, so Ken Hill will try to shut the door here. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, he'll be facing Jeff Huson, Dennis Martinez, and then Dave Martinez. You know, the Martinez twins. The pitch from Ken Hill. 6-6. That is a blank. Huson swings 4-4. That's a star 2, so automatic out to the 3rd baseman, Terry Pendleton. Flicks it across to Pedro Guerrero. That's the 1st out. Here is Dennis Martinez. Dennis had a rocky 3rd inning, so maybe he'll hit a home run here, even though he's hit no home runs this year. 1-6. Oddly enough, potential home run against a right-handed batter. Yeah, they passed the check, but alas, Dennis Martinez is 0, so it's not going to happen. But Ken Hill was happy to oblige. Dennis Martinez just decided not to take him up on the offer. 1-2 is a star 6, so automatic ground out to Ozzie Smith. And Ken Hill is definitely taking advantage of that infield. That's the 2nd out. That'll bring up the top of the order. Dave Martinez grounded out to 3rd, his first time up. Ken Hill winds 4-1. Lefty-righty against a lefty. That's a blank. Martinez 4-4. That's a star 4, so it's an automatic grounder. And you see also Ken Hill is a ground ball pitcher. He's got all ground balls in his automatic out. So I'm sorry. So 4-4 is a star 3. That is a G6. So ground ball to Ozzie Smith, picks it up, toss it across, 3 up, 3 down. Nice shutdown inning for Ken Hill. And the score remains St. Louis 3 and the Expos nothing. For those of you at home who can actually see it on the scoreboard here, it's actually a light blue on a dark blue, but because of the camera, it just doesn't come out. Everything looks washed out, but I guarantee you it actually looks much better here. So with that, at the end of 3 innings, we're going to take a short little break. I'm going to press the button to make sure the camera doesn't go away. Take a drink of iced tea. And I'm back. Probably saying at home, good grief, when is he coming back? I know you missed me. All right. So here's Dennis Martinez pitching to Terry Pendleton. Pendleton in the 5th hole today. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 2-1. That's a range play. Did not work out well for Dennis in the last inning. These range plays. 4-6. That's a fly ball to left field. The left fielder, Tim Raines, is a 3. That is a 5. So that's a failed range play. Dennis Martinez, like, you got to be kidding me. Failed range play. Okay, so we got to figure out on an F7, and I know I should have memorized this. So failed range play F7. 1 to 4 is a double. 5 to 20 is a single. Okay. Yep, it's a single. All right, so failed range play single. So Terry Pendleton leads off with a single because Tim Raines didn't feel like getting it. And that will bring up Jose Oquendo. Oquendo is 0 for 1 today, grounded out to 3rd. Pendleton is a threat to steal. 3 or less, he'll be going. He's not. Martinez will pitch to Oquendo. That is a 4-5. Possible error on a grounder. Oh, whoa, hold on. 1-2. That's a fly ball to the left fielder. So no error on the grounder. Picks it up, tosses it in. That's the first out. That will bring up John Morris. No relation to Hal. Pendleton again is a 3 or less. He'll be going. That's a 6. Actually, that is a hit and run, according to my calculation. So John Morris is going to attempt a hit and run with Terry Pendleton on. Here's the pitch from Martinez. 3-4. That is a strikeout. This is what happens when you go for the hit and run. I think there's W rates for the batter are cut in half. Okay, so 3-4 is a strikeout of a 6. Woo, cut it in half, but you add the 2 anyway. John Morris strikes out on the hit and run. Way to go. That's the second out. Okay, so Terry Pendleton remains on first base. 3 or less, he's going. That's a 19. He's still not. Martinez will pitch to Tony Pena, who had a base hit in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 1 today. 3-4, that's a strikeout. 16 is too high. Pena with the swing. 5-2. That's a base hit past the shortstop. Let's see, S6. He'll be going to 3rd on a 5 or above. He is not, so Pendleton's going to stay at 2nd. Close. We would have added 1 because there's 2 outs, but it's still not going to cut it. So it's still 1st and 2nd. And that'll bring up Ken Hill. Oh, this will be fun. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And Dennis Martinez gets the gift of the pitcher coming up to the plate. Ken Hill, 0 for 1 today, tried to bunt and struck out. And that was in the 3rd inning. The pitch from Dennis Martinez is a 1-4, possible error on a throw. Ken Hill swings, 1-6. That is a star 1. That's a G4. So with a 9 of a possible error. Ooh, close. Garcia is a 7, but that's still too high, so that's just a regular G4. There's the final out. No runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. We'll be heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's St. Louis 3, Montreal nothing. Okay, leading off the bottom of the 4th is Damaso Garcia. He's batting 2nd in the order. He'll be followed by Galarraga and then Tim Raines. Garcia, 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short. Here's the pitch from Ken Hill. Just mowing him down today. 1-6, possible home run. This is the 3rd time this has come up. And each time the batter is qualified, and then each time it's a 0. So 3rd time's not the charm for the Expos. So Ken Hill getting a lot of ground balls, but has also grooved 3 pitches down the middle, and the Expos can't take advantage. So Garcia will just swing away. That's a 3-6. That is a fly ball to center field. Against a lefty, that would have been a double to center field. But last time I checked, Ken Hill's a righty. So sorry, Mr. Garcia. That's just a regular out. Ken Hill will now pitch to Andres Galarraga. 0 for 1. Popped up to the catcher his first time. 1-6. Another potential home run. This this might not work out for Ken Hill. So a 12, that's in his range. He only gave up 9 home runs all year in 196 innings. So that is in his range. So Andres Galarraga gets a righty at 12 or below. It's a home run. And he does. So Andres Galarraga takes Ken Hill deep. That ends the shutout. And the Expos are now on the board. It's 3-1 St. Louis. Andres Galarraga takes a slow trot around the infield. High five Tim Raines. And Tim Raines says, let me see if I can do that. But Ken Hill, all day, he's been flirting with disaster with his home runs. And the Expos never took him up in the offer until now. So here's the pitch to Raines. Raines is 1 for 1 with a double. Ken Hill pitches 5-6. That's a hit by a pitch. That's a 3. That's a 4 plus a 3. Oh, well, that makes sense. You give up a home run, and what do? You plunk the next guy. So Tim Raines is glaring at him, but the issue is you don't really want to put Tim Raines on base. He did have 41 stolen bases on the year. Flirting with disaster there, Ken. We're going to see on a 5 or less, he goes. He's not. So Hill will now pitch to Hubie Brooks. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner on first with 1 out. That's a 6-4. That's a strikeout. That's a 5. That is a strikeout. That's Ken Hill's second strikeout of the day. All right, so now it's Tim Wallach. But first we're going to see if Tim Raines gets the steal sign. He does not. Ken Hill's pitch. That's a 5-1. That's a strikeout. And 11 is too high. Tim Wallach puts it in play. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to short his first time up. This time he singles past short. Good for him. He's growing as an individual. Let's see. There are 2 outs. So we're going to make Tim Wallach a 3. And an S6, it's still too high. So he's only going to go to second. Actually, no. Hold on a second. I was looking at the wrong guy. I was looking at Tim Wallach. Tim Raines is a 4. We're making him a 5. So, yes, he does get to third. Glad we stopped that in time. So, first and third now with 2 outs. And Mike Fitzgerald is up. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to left field. His first time up. Again, coming up in a potential clutch situation here. Ken Hill will wind and deal. 3-1. That is a blank. Fitzgerald swings. 3-5. That is a G6. Which is an out. So Ozzie Smith picks up the ball, throws it to Guerrero. Actually, he might even just go to second. But the Expos do pick up a run on 2 hits with 2 runners left on, so they could have threatened for more, did not. And at the end of 4, it's St. Louis 3, Montreal 1. So Martinez will be pitching to Vince Coleman. Come on down there, Vince. You go up there, Ken. Mind if I do, he says. All right, so Dennis Martinez is now entering the top of the 5th inning, down 3-1. He's thrown to 18 batters thus far. He can face 27. 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 5 Ks. Just ran into that buzzsaw in the 3rd inning. But he's hoping to minimize that damage and continue pitching here to Vince Coleman, who is 1 for 2. Pitch from Martinez, that's a 5-5. That is a potential strikeout. That's too high. 2-3. That is an automatic out to the second baseman, Garcia. That's the first out. Again, keeping Coleman off the base pass. Good idea. Here's Ozzie Smith. He's the guy who had a big 2-run triple in the 3rd inning. So he's 1 for 2 today with a triple and 2 RBIs. You can't stop Ozzie Smith. You can only hope to contain him. Let's see. 1-4. That is an error on a throw. 3-1. That's a line drive to short. So no throw on the play. But a good play by Huson, who actually catches it this time. And there's 2 outs. That'll bring up Milt Thompson, who's 1 for 2. He had a single after Ozzie Smith's triple. The pitch. 5-6. That's a blank. Milt Thompson swings. 2-4. That's a power hit to right field against a righty of a, let's see, that's a 6. Okay, against a righty that's just a single to right field. But with 2 outs, the Cardinals going to try to get something going here. Milt Thompson is a threat to steal. A 5 or less, he'll be going. Uh-oh, we got a potential balk, pickoff, or pickoff error play. So Martinez throws over. It's a 15. That is too high, so nothing happens. So here's, let's see, that's just strategy roll, so now we just pitch. 5-4, that is a blank. Guerrero, 1 for 2 today. Flew out and singled. 3-4. That's a fly out again. So it flies out to left field. Tim Raines got it. And that's the third out. We will now head to the bottom of the fifth. It's still St. Louis 3 and Montreal 1. Time for some tea, kids. All right. So Jeff Husson, and then Dennis Martinez in the top of the order for the Expos. Ken Hill through 4 is pitches 16 batters. He can face 26, so he's nowhere near tired. His first pitch to Husson, 2-4. Wild pitch, nobody on base, so we re-roll. 1-6, possible home run. This roll, what is that, the 5th time now come out? 19 is actually too high. It's against a lefty anyway, so he had to be 6 or less, but holy moly, Ken. You're flirting with disaster here. Husson swings 4-3. That's a double to right field anyway. So Husson puts a charge in that ball. He'll be at second base to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Dennis Martinez has pitched 5 innings, but I'm going to say he's going to bunt here with the runner on second. Where do I bunt with the runner on second? Get him to third. Yeah, they're probably going to bunt. Where do I swing? He's batting 125. Not a huge... I wasn't a huge fan of National League Baseball back in the day, so I'm going to just say sacrifice because you're a pitcher. I guess that's what they do, right? Here is the pitch. 5-5. That is a strikeout. That's an 8. We divide it and round down to a 7, but with the +2 of the stadium, he strikes out anyway. So yet another guy who can't get the ball in play. And that'll bring up the top of the order. And Dave Martinez. All right, so Dave Martinez, 0 for 2 today. Grounded to third and grounded to short. Husson on second, 1 out. The pitch from Ken Hill, that's a 4-1. Lefty-righty against a lefty, that's a blank. Possible walk against a righty. 6-2, base hit to center field. Now, Husson is a 3. We add 1 to him, so that makes him a 4. Yeah, because his arm is a 0. So the chart built in here will tell me what use the guy's arm, as well as add 1 for 2 outs. So I just basically see from 2 to home, I've got a +1. So I add 3. Husson is a 3. We add the 1. That makes him a 4. And then we roll the 2 for advancement. That is a 4. That's too high. So we rolled a 3. So we advance if the ABR, which in this case is higher, and the trailing runner holds. So he scores. And we got a game on our hands here. It's now 3-2. That brings up Damaso Garcia, but Dave Martinez says, hey, don't forget about me. Give me my strategy roll. 5 or less, he'll be stealing. He's not. Ken Hill pitches to Garcia, who is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out and flew out. That's a 4-4. That's a ballpark play. So 1-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop. So let's see. GDP of 2 -1, so there's a 1. Ozzie Smith adds a 2. The pivot is a 0, so 2 or less is a double play. That's a 6. It's a slow roller anyway. So G6 and batter out at first. Runner advances. No chance for the double play. That puts Dave Martinez now on second base with the tying run. Now in scoring position. He is a 2 to steal. Dave Martinez, let's see if he goes. He's not. But Andres Galarraga looking for a base hit here that potentially could bring the tying run across. Ken Hill with the pitch. 5-4. That's a walk plus against a 17. That is a walk plus, I think. Yeah, righty? Yep. Walk plus. Thank you very much. So Galarraga gets on base and is now first and second with 2 out. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. All right, so now that brings up Tim Raines. He is 1 for 1 today. Doubled and then was hit by a pitch. After a Galarraga homer, Tim Raines got hit in the thigh, as pitchers are wont to do. First and second now with 2 out. Big pitch here. Ken Hill winds, delivers. 2-4. Wild pitch. 7 is a wild pitch. So both runners will move up. Is Ken Hill falling apart? Runners at second and third. Dave Martinez is a 1 or less. He's stealing. He's not. Ken Hill rattled, sweating profusely. Here's the pitch. 1-6. 1-6 again. Holy moly. Against a 9, but he's batting left-handed. Tim Raines is a switch hitter, so no home run. No potential home run. Raines swings. 4-5. Base hit to right field. Wow. And the Expos complete the comeback. All right, so Martinez will score. Galarraga is a 3. S9 from 2 to 8. We add 1 because so a 4. He's a 4 now. And we've got a 14-1. He advances if the ABR is greater than 1d6. It is. So he's going to score. That is a 2-run single. And it's now 4-3 Montreal. Son of a cracker. All right. So it's 4-3 now. Ken Hill falling apart, crying hysterically on the mound. He's now 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. He faced 22 batters. He can face 4 more. Hubie Brooks is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, so you might as well let him go. Tim Raines is a threat to steal. 5 or less, he's going. He's not going this time. So a lot of guys who can steal today, but no one's gone this yet, except for the idiotic play of Milt Thompson attempting to steal home. It was easily tossed out. The pitch from Ken Hill to Brooks. 2-4. That is a wild pitch. That is a 6. That's another wild pitch. Holy crap. He really is falling apart. That moves Raines to second. Hey, Ken, lighten up. It's not the end of the world here, pal. All right, so Raines now is a 2 to steal third. Not going. The pitch from Ken Hill rattled out. Another wild pitch. You've got to be kidding me. All right, so what are we doing here? Ken, you're killing me, pal. Can you? All right, so it's 2-0 now. Can you struck him out twice already? Can you just do it one time? Tim Raines Sr. Good to see a 1 or less. He's stealing home. I would say don't go, Tim. Just watch Ken Hill wild pitch away. The pitch from Ken Hill again to Hubie Brooks. 4-4. Hey, it's not a wild pitch. That is a ballpark play, however. Always dangerous. 6-1. That's a double to center field. Jeez. It's now 5-3, and I think that might be the end of Ken. He's given up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just completely falling off the table here. Can't even get up. Let's see. Who do we have here who can replace Ken Hill? There are St. Louis fans in the stadium here crying hysterically, saying what's happened. And I have no explanation for it. Ken Hill just forgot how to pitch. All right, so we're going to look for a guy that potentially can throw us some innings. And so far, the only ones I see cannot. Potentially Andy McGaff. Ah, there we go. Bryn Smith. But he only had 1 relief appearance. Not going to do that. Yeah, that's basically it, kids. Andy McGaffigan is the lone 6'3" guy. So, all right. Could potentially give us 2 innings. Hey, Andy. You warmed up, babes? Actually, you know what? He's not even available right now. You gotta be kidding me. Well, that was fun. All right. Might have to look into that. What am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong team. Heyo. All right, let's go to the actual team. No wonder he's not available. I'm not on that team, kid. All right, let's look at. We've got Frank DePino. We've got Ted Power potentially, but he only had 8. We've got Scott Terry potentially. Just looking for some guys who can actually pitch some innings. Maybe Chris Carpenter. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's see. Oh, there's Ricky Horton too, but he didn't really pitch that much. Quisenberry, nope. These are like kind of one-in guys. So let's see who's available. We've got Chris Carpenter, but I'm not. He might have. No, it's available. It's got Terry or Power. All of them are available. All right. I'm gonna go with. We'll say Ted Power. Ted Power. All right. Hi, Ted Power. How you doing? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. All right. So Ted Power. Okay. All right. So Ted Power will be trying to get that third out. Trying to get Tim Wallach out. Tim Wallach is 1 for 2 today. Grounded to short, then single past short. Hubie Brooks is on second still. He is a 1 to steal. He's not going. Ted Power with his first pitch. 5-1. Strikeout. 18 too high. 5-2. Fly ball to right field. Yep, that's how you do it. You get guys out that way. 4 runs on 4 hits with 1 runner left on base. Good grief. Good golly, Miss Molly. We've got a game here still. But Dennis Martinez now has his first lead. It's now 5-3. Montreal over the Cardinals. So we are now headed to the top of the 6th inning. Dennis Martinez will be entering his 6th inning of play. 22 batters face, so he can face 5 more comfortably. He'll be pitching to Pendleton, Oquendo, and not Hal Morris, but Dave Morris. Is it really Dave Morris? No, it's John Morris. Good grief. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to call you Morris from now on. All right, so Pendleton, 1 for 2, struck out and singled. The pitch. And Dennis Martinez, the first time he's pitched with a lead today. 1-4, error on a throw. 3-2, star 3 is a G5, so let's see possible error on the G5. That is an error. Tim Wallach has a 9 error rating. We've got a roll of 8. Did I say it was an error on a throw? I think it was. So possible error on a throw. Gotta make sure we do the proper one here. Ground ball, there's a 6. So throw a roll 1d6. That's a 6. Against the range of the errant throw receiver. So the first baseman is Galarraga. He is a 3. So he doesn't get the ball. Step 2, otherwise he kept the poor throw getting by him. All right, so now we roll 1d6 again against the BR rate. And that is a 6. So that's too high. So he's probably just going to get, finally they get extra base. He's holding up. So it's just an error on a throw, but he's not going anywhere. Error on throw, batter safe. Boom. All right, so Pendleton's on first. All right, so thanks a lot, Tim. Let's see. So we've got Pendleton on first. He is a 3 to steal. Not going. Martinez trying to calm himself down. Not going to blame his infield. Although he just pointed at Tim Wallach. 2-2. That is a blank result. Oquendo swings. That's a 2-3. That's a fly ball to right field. Hubie Brooks camps under it with his incredible 1 range and says, thank you very much. I've got this. That's the first out. Oh, look, it's John Morris, whoever the heck you are. Pendleton again, 3 to steal. Not going. Pendleton is, I'm sorry, John Morris, 0 for 2 today, struck out twice. 3-4, that is a strikeout. That's a 10, that's a strikeout. So Dennis Martinez strikes out whatever his name Morris for the 3rd time today, and the 2nd out of the inning here in the top of the 6th inning. Tony Pena, 2 for 2 today. Single past second and single past short. Pendleton, a threat to steal, 3 or less. Not going. Martinez with the pitch. 4-1. That's a range play. 1-1. S5. Tim Wallach is a 4. So 4 or less, he stops the S5. He does. Nice play. So Wallach made the error and then made the great range play to turn the out, or the single, into an out, aka web jump. So no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base at the end of 5.5. It's still Montreal 5 and the Cardinals 3. All right, so Ted Power will be leading off the next inning. So unless we see a double switch, this will be his last inning of play. He only threw to 1 batter. He can face up to 6. He'll be facing Fitzgerald, Huson, and then the pitcher, Dennis Martinez. We'll have to see he's going to be continuing or not as well. He's thrown 6 innings thus far. So Ted Power will now pitch to Mike Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is 0 for 2 today. 3-5, lefty-righty. It is a double star, so that's an automatic out against a righty. What kind of out is it? It's a 3. It's just a ground ball to Ozzie Smith. First out of the inning. Jeff Huson, 1 for 2 today. He's got a double. Ted Power pitches to Huson. 5-2 at the ballpark play. 1-1. That's another double for Huson. Go figure. Jeff Huson says, I love this sport. This is fun, man. So Huson's on second. That brings up Dennis Martinez, who I know we can get like another inning out of. He was killing it that year. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm just going to let Dennis Martinez pitch because the way I've seen the pitchers bunt today, good grief. So Power will be pitching to Dennis Martinez, the runner on second. Huson, at 2 or less, he's stealing third. He's not. Power with the pitch here is a 5-4. That's a strikeout. 18. That is too high. A pitcher who doesn't strike out. 1-1. That's a ground ball to short. Okay. Ground ball to short. If the 1d6 is less than... Okay, so Huson is a 3. So a 3 or less, he'll be going to third. He's not. He holds up. Batter at first. Runner holds. And that's the second out. That'll bring up Dave Martinez. First we're going to see 2 or less. Huson is stealing third. He's not. Ted Power probably facing his last batter since he's up first. Next inning, here's the pitch. 1-4. That's a walk. That's an 8. That is a walk. So Dave Martinez walks. That's not his last batter. He says, I want to pitch some more. Let me see if I can walk another guy. Runners at first and second. Ted Power has faced 5 batters. He can face 6 without fatigue. Runners going. Nope. 10. All right, so Garcia is up. Damaso Garcia is 0 for 3 today. Righty versus righty. The pitch from Power. 5-1. That's a strikeout. 16 is too high. Garcia's going to put it in play. 4-5. That's a fly ball to the right fielder. What's name Morris? Makes the play. No runs. 1 hit. 2 runners left on base. At the end of 6 now. I'm going to press the button so my camera doesn't die. It's still 5-3 Montreal. Let's get up and press the button. All right. Great button hitting. Top of the 7th, Dennis Martinez will be pitching. It says Ken Hill, but I forgot to change him out. So it's Ted Power. So obviously we're going to be pinch hitting for Ted Power. Dennis Martinez has faced 26 batters. This is basically his last batter, but they're going to see how far he can go here. So we're going to find a lefty or a switch hitter to lead off here. We got Danny Wallen. We got Tim Jones. We got this guy named Willie McGee. Some guy. Todd Zeal. Jose De Leon, a pitcher. Looks like it's going to be... pitchers here. Yeah, looks like it's going to be this Willie McGee guy. All right, there's Ken Hill. Don't need him. Hi, Willie. How you doing? Willie says, I'll bat first, Vince Coleman. It's like getting the guys back together again, isn't it? All right, so pinch hit. Willie McGee. There you are. Yep, don't care. Cancel. All right, so here is Willie McGee leading off the top of the 7th inning. Dennis Martinez, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, who's spread out around a lot of hits. He's up to 96 pitches. Here's the pitch to McGee. That is a 6-3. That's a ballpark play. Olympic Stadium says, hi, that's a blank. We got a rare play, kids. All right, where's my chart? Rare plays, nobody on. That is a 64. That's a 3-2 pitch called a ball for a walk. The catcher argues the call and gets thrown out of the game. Way to go, Fitzgerald. Okay, so there's a walk. Willie McGee's on first. I'm going to sub out. Who can I have play first? I'm sorry, who can I have play catcher? Who else you got? I know we got Nelson Santovini in here. You can't argue balls and strikes. You got a 5-3 lead. We're trying to. Yeah, there he is. There's Santovini. All right, so we're gonna take him out. Take Fitzgerald out. Put you in. Do that. Hey Fitzgerald, get the heck out of here. All right, sub. Santovini. Okay. All right, there's Santovini. He's got a range of 4, a pass ball of 2, air of 10, and an arm of 0. McGee's on at first. Dennis Martinez adds 1 to. At the top of the order now. They're clinging to a 5-3 lead. I'm going to say, you already pinch hit for the pitchers. You can bring in another pitcher. So I'm going to say, hey, Dennis, we had a great day today, didn't we? You're up to 100 pitches. Let's start looking at relievers, shall we? So we've got McGaff again. We got some guy named Rich Thompson. Kevin Gross is a starter. Pascual Perez, a little bit of both. Joe Hesketh. We're going to be facing switch hitter, lefty. So potentially a lefty might make sense. We got Steve Fry. Tim Burke is our closer. I think that might be it. Yeah, that looks like that's it. All right, so let's go with is Coleman better against lefties or righties? Lefty, righty. He's better against righties. All right, so we're going to bring in Hesketh. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure he's available. Yeah, there he is. All right, so we're going to bring in Hesketh. Jungle Joe Hesketh here. So Hesketh will be pitching to Vince Coleman, who is better against righties, except maybe not. He's got a double against lefties too. All right, so Willie McGee. He is a threat to steal. 7 or less, he's going. He's got a 14, so he's not going this time. Hesketh looks over at McGee. Pitches to Coleman. 2-2, that's a blank. 3-3, that is a single past the third baseman. Willie McGee is a 4. Is he going to be able to go? No, he's not, so he's going to stay at second. But now runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. So we've got the tying run is on base. And here's Ozzie Smith, 1 for 3, a triple and 2 RBIs. Ozzie Smith is pretty much, actually, he has a little bit of advantage versus lefties versus right. He's pretty much straight up the board. Hesketh will pitch. First and second, 1 out. Actually, first and second, nobody out, so they're in double play position. 1-6. Strikeout. 9, too high. Smith puts it in play. 1-4. That's a G5, so potential ground ball double play. So he's a 1. Oh, Hesketh +2, 3, +1 for the 5, 4. So it's a 4 or less. That's a 5-4-3 double play. Oh, it's a slow roller. Never mind. All right. Fortuitous for the Cardinals. Not so much for Joe Hesketh. So, runners at second and third with 1 out. Okay, Milt Thompson is batting lefty. So, it doesn't make sense to walk him because then you'll be facing the right-handed hitting Guerrero. So, I'm going to say infield back because we can give up a run. We'd much rather just get that second out. Because we'll probably just take Hesketh out instead of pitching to Pedro Guerrero. So, infield is back. Controversial. And Hesketh will deliver to Milt Thompson. Here's the pitch. Interesting. All right, 6-5. That is a lefty. That is a walk plus. That is a walk. So he walks him anyway. Way to go. All right. Bases loaded now. Top of the 7th. Only 1 out. And that brings up Pedro Guerrero. And that's enough for Joe Hesketh. Thanks for playing, Joe. 3rd of an inning, 1 hit, no runs, and a walk. Thus far, anyway. So who do we have now? We're looking for righties. Although it's righty and then switch hitter, lefty. But they need to get Pedro Guerrero out here. So who are we bringing in? We got a lefty and Fry. We got Brent Smithley. We know we have Tim Burke, but he's our closer. And I know like the new thought is highest leverage situations you bring in potentially your closer, but I'm not going to do that. This is 80s baseball, baby. We have Rich Thompson. I'm going to say Andy McGaffigan. Joe Hesketh puts gasoline on the fire there. So let's see. Hi, Andy. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. All right, so here's Andy McGaffigan with the bases loaded. There's a 1. He's stealing home. Rightfully so. He says, no, thank you. I'm not stealing home. Bases loaded. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Andy McGaffigan to Pedro Guerrero. That is a, I know it's going to be crazy, but that is a 4-3. That is a blank. Guerrero with the swing, 2-3. That's a fly ball to center field. All right, so that being said, roll 1d6. Okay, so he's got a sacrifice fly rating of 4. He's going to score that at throw. All right. All right, so batter out. We're on 3rd scores. We're on 2nd holds. All right, so Guerrero with the sac fly, and it's now 5-4. 1st and 2nd now with 2 out. And Terry Pendleton's up. Vince Coleman is a threat to steal even from 2nd, a 4 or less. He's not going. McGaffigan winds and delivers to Pendleton, who is 1 for 3 today. That is a 5-3. That is a walk. That is a 10. That is a walk. And we've got the bases loaded again. That'll bring up Jose Akendo. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Montreal clinging to a 5-4 lead. The infield is back. Just trying to get that 3rd out. McGaffigan will pitch to Akendo, who's 0 for 3 today. Grounded out once and flew out to left and once to right. McGaffigan, or Andy, you got no place to put anybody. 1-2. Error on a throw. 1-5. Lefty. Oh, that would have been a double against a lefty, but instead it's a fly ball to center field. Dave Martinez says, I got it, and he does got it. 1 run, 1 hit, Runners, ducks in the pond here. 3 runners left on base. It's 5-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. All right, so let's see. You up, you go here. You go up here. Ted Power, you were taken out for a pinch runner, for a pinch hitter. So you got to be replaced. Thank you very much. We've got. It would be Okenda, but Okenda's played the entire game. So we're just going to have a pitcher of some sort come in relief. It'll be Chris Carpenter, I guess. Chris Carpenter is going to be coming in the game. All right. I'm going to say that I also need the pitcher card to hold his spot in the batting order, although it really doesn't matter. He's batting 3rd, so this would be his only inning. There we go. And it's Morris, Pena, and then Willie McGee. You're out of the game, Willie. We had a great time there, didn't we? Probably should have done a double switch there or something. But hey, I'm only human. Let's see. All right. So we had the 7th inning stretch there. We should probably have another thing of iced tea. All right. So Carpenter to Galarraga, and then Raines, and then Brooks. Galarraga is 1 for 2 today. He has scored twice, has a homer, and walked. Let's see. So bottom of the 7th. All right. 5-4 lead here for Montreal on the bottom of the 7th. Galarraga leading off. 2-4 strikeout 12. That is a strikeout. Galarraga goes down swinging. First out for Chris Carpenter. He's young. I think in the future he's going to be a great starting pitcher, and that's his goal. He'll be facing Tim Raines now. He's 2 for 2 today with a double and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 3-4. That's a walk, and that is a walk. Tim Raines always had a good eye, and that's what you don't want to do. Again, he had 41 stolen bases on the year. He's a 6 here to steal. Whoa. Strategy roll, 6 or less, he's going. He's not. He'll pitch to Hubie Brooks now. Chris Carpenter 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 6-4. Range play. 5-1. Star 1. That's a fly ball to left field. He's a range of 4. Vince Coleman. 4 or less. He's got it. And he does. There you go, kid. That is the second out. That will bring up Tim Wallach, the 3rd baseman. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled in the 4th. Raines again. 6 or less he's stealing. He's not. The pitch from Carpenter. That is a 6-4. That is another range play. Tim Wallach swings. 1-2. That's a line out to the 2nd baseman. Okendo is a 5. So 5 or less he actually gets it. He does. Nice play by Okendo. That's why you leave guys like that. I was thinking about double switching him. Decided not to, and he makes a great play on the line out. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on. We're headed to the top of the 8th now. It is still 5-4 Montreal. So McGaffigan coming out in the 8th inning. He's faced 3 batters thus far. He can face 6. Tim Burke is warming up. He potentially could come in the 8th, though they would like to save him for the 9th. Here's No Name Morris. He's 0 for 3 today, struck out 3 times. Been tremendous value here for the Cardinals. It'll be Morris, Jeff Huson, who's been killing it, and then no, I'm sorry, not Jeff Huson. It'll be Tony Pena, and then Chris Carpenter, who they'll probably well, I know they'll pitch it for. So pitchers due up in the third spot. The pitch from McGaffigan. 6-5. That is a hit by pitch. 20 is going to be too high. McGaffigan does like to hit guys, but that's just too high for everybody. John Morris, 2-4. That is a base hit. Wow. John Morris, look at you. Single to center field. All right. He is a base runner of 2. Do we get crazy here and say, I'm going to pinch run? Brunansky is actually a better runner. He can play right field. And Morris is in right field. I wonder why Brunansky didn't play that day. But it would seem odd also. Hey, here's a big power hit as your pinch runner. So we're going to go with... This is why we do these things. I'm going to go with Tim Jones. He's a 4. Not really a threat to steal. Is Brunansky a threat to steal? Actually, Brunansky's good, but he is a 4. So I'm going to say, hey, thanks for your duty. What's your name, Morris? But I'm going to put in Tim Jones as a pinch runner. All right, so we got a 4 on the base pass now, with John Morris now sitting down. Let's see. So he's not a real threat to steal, but if Tony Pena can bat him around, he is a 4 base runner. That's a 12 is too high. He's not going. Here's the pitch from McGaffigan. 5-5. That is a strikeout, and that's a strikeout. So the first out here in the top of the 8th inning, that'll bring out the pitcher, Chris Carpenter. He says there's no way I'm actually going to hit here. Maybe now we bring in Brunansky. Or we have Denny Walling. You can bet lefty. So that's what I'm going to do. Bring in Denny Walling for the pitcher. He's a lefty batter against McGaffigan. Let's double check that he's actually available. He's not. Oh yeah, there he is. Don't care. Thank you very much. That's all. So here is Denny Walling. Again, Jones not a threat to steal, only a 1 or less, but it's a 4, too high. McGaffigan facing his 5th batter. He can face up to 6. Here's the pitch to Denny Walling. That is a 3-2 range play at the park. Anything can happen. That's a 5-3. That is a star 1, so it's a ground ball to the second baseman. First of all, it's a range play. To Damaso Garcia is a 2 or less. That does not bode well. And he does. Wow. So he can get there. So that's a G4. Double play is a 1, a -1. Oh, whoa. But he got lucky. In range play, so he had a 1, and his range play is a 2. It went down to 1. So in double play position, wow. So it reduced his range play, his range rating to 1. He's still going to get it. G4, we've got basically no chance of getting a double play. So we're going to roll anyway. That is a 1, so Jones gets the second. G4. First, runner advances. And actually, it's interesting. They would have had a double play if there was an opportunity for it at all. So, 2 outs now. Runner on second, and that brings up Vince Coleman. Vince is 2 for 4 today. And let's see. Coleman is a switch hitter. Andy, this is your 6th batter. You are legitimately tired. You've got the tying run on second. You bet third, but then we could do a double switch. I'm just going to say, for simplicity's sake, just say, Andy, just get this guy out. He says, okay, coach, 4-5. That is a blank. Vince Coleman's going to put it in play. 6-6 base hit, through second base. Wow, great managing. S4. S4 is a, yeah, he scores. And it's now 5-5. Great managing, Craig. Wow, great job. All right. So the game is tied. It's 5-5 now. We don't want to go to Burke now because it's a tie game. Do we let him pitch to one more guy? Cripes. Terrible managing. Gardner. I'm just looking at my relievers. We got Steve Fry. He's a lefty, but he was terrible. And really, there's just not many guys here in the bullpen. Okay, who's we do have Milt Thompson next, but here's Ozzie Smith. I'm gonna have McGaffigan pitch to Ozzie Smith. Vince Coleman is a threat to steal a 9 or less. Let's see. Let's just see what happens here. So 9 or less, he's going. A 17 or less, he steals, and he does. So there's now a runner on second, and this gets really complicated. So we have, who do we have available? I'm just thinking of potentially doing a double switch here. I could do Wallach or Brooks. It's 6-5-4 though. Do you really want to do that? You don't want to have Burke for just one inning. We could do Rex Hudler. He cannot play third though. We could play right field. He would bat third. He's more of a pinch runner though. I'm going to go with double switch. We're going to bring in Rex Hudler. And Tim Burke will come into pitch. They just got to get out of this. They'll deal with it later. All right, so sub. Brooks is, no wait. Yeah, Brooks is coming out. He'll be replaced by Hudler. And cancel, and then I say sub. Oh shoot. Well, I already screwed up. No, I didn't. All right, so Hudler move into right field. I don't know if that's going to work. That's not going to work. I already screwed up the, already made the announcement. All right, so Tim Burke is going to be pitching. Again, another devastating blow to the Montreal Expos due to my poor managing skills and my announcement of Hudler coming in for Hubie Brooks instead of actually doing the double switch. Moron. Fire that guy, and rightfully so. So we got Tim Burke. Good grief. Put him out of his misery. All right, so it'll now be, who the heck is up now? It's still Ozzie Smith, but it's going to be Tim Burke now. Runner on second. And Vince Coleman. Gotta watch those. All right, so Tim Burke is a 0+2. So he's got a 4 or less. He's stealing third. He's not going. Tim Burke saying, "Why am I batting third next inning, you idiot?" And he delivers lefty righty. Ozzie Smith is batting lefty, so it would have been a strikeout plus, but Ozzie Smith is going to put it in play. That's a 1-4. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Wallach. And that's the end of that. All right, so good grief. So much going on here. All right, so I pinch hit and I pinch run, and that was Ozzie Smith. So I'm going to have you come into pitch. So many complicated things going on. So I need a first, second, short, left field, center field. I need a right fielder, and I need a pitcher. All right, so Can I have Walling? Any of the guys do it? Jenny Walling can play right field, so he's going to play right field. Actually, can Jones? Tim Jones can play second, short, or third. That's not going to help. All right, all right. Let's see. So probably best. Not enough time on the clock. We're going to be thrown out of here. I need a right fielder. So let's put John Morris back in. Actually, Tom Bernansky. Hey, Tom. Welcome to the club. All right. So Bernansky's going to play right field. And then we're going to have as a pitcher some guy. Let's see. We got cards all over the place here. And pitching for St. Louis. We use Ted Power. We could use Frank DePino. Worrell. Costello. Yeah, we use Costello. Whoa, hit the card on the floor. All right, so Tim Burke. Santavenia should be up first. Madness over here. And then Costello will be pitching. So let's find Costello. There he is. You get to pitch, kid. You say okay. All right, so there's Costello. We're here in the bottom of the eighth. So many transactions occurring here. We've got Bernansky in right field. He's batting above Pena. So he's right after Oquendo. So Tim Jones is no longer in the game. Bernansky's right. There's Costello on the pitcher's mound. All right, Costello will pitch to Santavenia and then Huson and then Tim Burke because of my idiotic move. All right. All right. Let's see. Costello pitching to Santavenia. Santavenia is making his first at bat. He came in when Fitzgerald got thrown out in the balls and strikes call. Costello pitching to Santavenia. 5-2. That is a ballpark play. 5-4. That is a lefty-righty. That's a ground ball to the third baseman Pendleton, who picks it up and throws it across. That's the first out. Jeff Babe Ruth Huson is now up. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 doubles. Costello will pitch to him. That is a 4-5. That's another ballpark play. Huson swings. It's a 5-1. That's a fly ball to center field. Oh, no, it's not. Check the ballpark, Craig. 5-1 is an S9. That's a base hit. That's Huson's third hit of the day. Now here's Tim Burke for no apparent reason. All right, so Tim Burke is definitely going to be a pitcher. He's going to be bunting. So Costello will pitch to Burke. 4-2, hit by pitch. Nice. That's 0 + 9. He hits them. Wow. Tim Burke, the pitcher, gets hit by a pitch. That's a gift. Although Tim Burke would say, not really. Easy for you to say. Costello first and second to the left-handed Dave Martinez. Do we say we need a reliever? We just give up a single and a hit by pitch. We could blow this game right now. Yeah, they do. They're going to bring in Frank DePino. Join the club, kids. We got so many pitchers here. Let's see. So we're going to sub. I'm going to say, instead of Costello, we're going to left-handed Frank DePino. All right, DePino will come in. He's got a 4.28 ERA in the replay. He's already pitched 40 innings. He pitched 88 on the year. He'll be facing Dave Martinez, the lefty. It's a cookie cutter card, so what I'm going to say is that means he did not face very many lefties, so we're going to pinch hit, because of course we are. Who do we have who can pinch hit as a righty and play right field? Is that where he's playing? No, he's playing center. Holy crap, we need a center fielder. We got this Marquise Grissom kid, but I don't know if he's available. He might be a late season call. Tom Foley, just looking for any kind of center fielders here. Otis Nixon. He's a switch hitter. He can do that. All right. Pinch hitting. Nixon. There he is. Okay. Don't care. Cancel. All right. So here's Otis Nixon instead of Dave Martinez. Gaffigan, you go to the bottom of the pile. Otis Nixon is a threat to steal. Had 37 stolen bases on the year. Let's see. Huson is a threat. A 3 or less, he'll be stealing third against DePino. That's a 16. That's too high. DePino, lefty versus righty, because Otis Nixon is a switch hitter. That's a 5-1. Range play to the park. 2-2. That is a S4. All right. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see, an S4. Huson is a 3. He's going to score. Burke is a 1. Not sure why he's on the bases, but there he is. So he's going to stay in the game. So that is a base hit, and the Expos have the go-ahead run. It's 6-5. DePino will now face Garcia, righty-righty switch hitter. All right, well, first and second, Burke is not a threat to steal. Otis Nixon would have been, but he's got, a guy wearing his warm-up jacket on second base. DePino will pitch to Garcia. That's a 2-4. Range play. 4-3. That's a G5. Range play to the G5. Pendleton is a 5, but they're in double play position, so I think we cut down the range by 1. Just double checking. G5 range, no change with the new rules. Okay, so he's still a 5. That is a 4. Okay. GDP is a 2 plus a 0. Pendleton is a +1. Actually, no. Just double check that. GDP, yeah, he is. That's a 3. So 3 or less is a double play. 5. Is 5 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So that's a fielder's choice. So G5. Runner first. Okay, runner on first, out of second. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice. Oh, actually. Yeah, we were just going for a double play. All right, so first and third now. That brings up Galarraga. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Garcia is a 3 to steal second. Is he going to go? No, he's not. The pitch from DePino to Galarraga, who's 1 for 3 today. He does have a home run. That's a 4-5. That's an error on a throw. 3-3. That's a star 2. That's a G5. Error on a throw. That's a 20. There is no error on that throw. Pendleton is a 6. G5. And that's it. So at the end of 8, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. It is Montreal 6 and St. Louis 5. All right, so let's clean up these batting orders and everything. In the top of the 9th inning, Tim Burke is coming out. I'm not going to get the save. He could get a win today. All right, so Montreal is missing a center fielder. We've got Rex Hudler and Tim Burke. So I think that would be Rex Hudler if he can play center. Let's double check he can. He cannot, of course not. All right, so can Raines play center field? No. Oh, Otis Nixon was the center fielder, wasn't he? Yes, he was. All right, so let's just move him to center. Thank you for your service, Otis. No problem. All right. So Otis Nixon in center. He is a range of 4, so he's a pretty good defender as well. Let's see. So we have Tim Burke versus 3, 4, 5 hitters for St. Louis. Montreal leading 6-5. Milt Thompson is 2 for 3 today with a walk. So he's gotten on base 3 times. Burke faced 1 batter. Don't even remember what happened, but he got him out. So not looking for the save here, but looking to complete the victory. He'll face Milt Thompson, Pedro Guerrero, and then Terry Pendleton. The pitch from Burke. So important to get this first guy on. 4-3. That is a walk. And that is a walk. Wow. Tim, what are you doing? Especially with speed on the base pass. All right. That brings up Guerrero. Meanwhile, Milt Thompson is a threat to steal of 4 or less. That'll get him into scoring position. It's a 17 that's too high. Burke will focus his attention on Guerrero, who is 1 for 3 today with a single and a sacrifice fly. There's the pitch. 5-2. That's a strikeout. 18 is too high. The fielders are in double play position just in case. That's a 3-4. That's a fly ball to the left fielder, Tim Raines. He's got it. 1 out. They are now 2 outs away from the 6-5 victory. But Terry Pendleton says, nah, man. Pendleton 1 for 3 today with a walk. Milt Thompson, threat to steal, 4 or less. He's going. He's not going. Burke looks over at Thompson. From the set position, he delivers to Pendleton. 2-5. Another walk. 17 is too high this time, however. Pendleton, the switch hitter, batting lefty. 6-3. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Pendleton is a 2. He's a 0. Shortstop double play position is Jeff Husson in 3. No one on the pivot. 3 or less, the game is over. And it is. Wow, Jeff Husson, 6-4-3 double play. That ends the game. The pitcher's best friend, Burke, comes in, gets the victory. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. A leadoff walk, but it doesn't matter. The final score is Montreal 6 and St. Louis nothing. That was a pretty awesome game, if I may say so. You can see the winner is Tim Burke, 4-0. Costello got the loss. He's 2-2. Terrible managing by the Montreal manager, but somehow the Expos overcame it. Good for them, because really that was terrible managing by me. Let's see if this works out. Let's go over here. Let's check out the box score. In the future, I'm actually going to have this appear on the screen so you can actually see it, but holy moly, guys aplenty here. Pinch hitting, double switches that failed. Montreal 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. The Cardinals were 3 for 7. Galarraga hit his 19th home run. Pair that with 55 RBIs. Stolen bases, Vince Coleman had his 36. Milt Thompson was caught stealing home for no apparent reason again. I remember that. That was his 11th caught stealing. Web Gems, Tim Wallach had one, but he also had a throwing error, his 18th of the year. Let's see. Ken Hill had 3 wild pitches. He threw 68 pitches. Tim Burke, did he have a blown save? I don't even remember. I have to look at that. Anyway, bottom line is that was an awesome game, 6-5. And that being said, please like and subscribe, yada yada. And that was long, but that was fun. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be posting more soon. Thank you so much for hopping on, and I guess that's about it. Take care. Bye.